Welcome to Shift Your Lens, where we give you a fresh perspective to change the way you see your leadership and your team culture. And today's perspective that I want to share with you all is leadership is not about having the right answers, it's about asking the right questions. There is this perspective that once you are a leader, you are the loudest person in the room. The idea there for those people who see the loudest person speaking in the room is that, they have all the answers. They're the ones that are going to tell us what to do, how to do it, and where to move forward. And that level of perspective can also be shared with the person who is the technically positional leader, who's maybe utilizing their voice or utilizing their platform and feel as if they need to have everything all figured out before they take the necessary steps. What if we shift our perspective to consider that the one who is speaking the most isn't always the leader. The leader who is present in this space may not have all the answers, and that's okay. And then for the leader in that space to see themselves as the person that doesn't have to have all the answers, but can work together in its collective space to figure out what's the best solution for the people involved, for the greater outcome and a greater impact. When we allow ourselves to expand our perspective to say, what are the things we need to know to help us reach the end goal collectively, that allows new perspectives, new voices, different ways of working, and different identities to speak into what success could look like, versus having just the one person who is in that positional role see themselves as the person that has to have all the answers. Then everybody look up to that person and kind of say, I guess whatever they say goes. But if we want to create a strong culture, teams where they work together, co-creating a future where every identity belongs and thrives, we have to be able to ask ourselves, what is it that we need in this space, and what is it that you need in this space, so we can have all the right resources and tools to be effective and reach our goals. So a task I want you all to consider this week as you are leading your teams is to create spaces where you're asking yourselves open-ended questions related to your goals or related to a project. What are ways where you can say, you know what, here's an issue that we're having, here's a problem that we're seeing, and here are a few barriers that we're running into. What are some different approaches can we overcome those barriers so we can meet that and then meet that overall outcome? And that questions like that allow other people to put on their thinking caps and say, here are some new ways that we can approach it, or here's a similar situation that I experienced from my perspective that can maybe help and aid to the solution. Or what we can say, okay, I think we don't have the right voice in the room. We need somebody in this particular department or with this particular experience to help guide and give us that gap that we're missing so we can all take the right step forward moving forward. So leaders don't have to have the right answers, but they just need to be able to ask the right questions. And a lot of those questions are open-ended and maybe even Socratic to some context to help draw out from the community the collective experiences, perspectives, theories, thoughts, experiences that would guide us to find a resolution that is greater, that's inclusive for everybody to thrive. So what I would like y'all to do is in your problem solving sessions, or just in something that you find you feel like you need to have an answer for, I want you to suspend that thought for a moment and see what are the different ways you can ask, transition into a question that you can ask to invite people into the discussion, to invite their thoughts and perspectives and experiences, and see what new ways that we can approach a problem to overcome barriers, to seek solutions, to reach our end goals because of the way that you are inviting people into discussion rather than dictating how they do the particular work. So, reflective question I want you all to think about that this week is, when's the last time you asked a question that helped the team member feel seen, heard, and valued?